this is just how it is, bro.
I'm in the PPRE engine room, possibly the world's first 5-rotor that's going to be in the car and running. We're going to wait and see. I just interviewed Gareth about it. I asked him also what what body the 5-rotor is going to go in, just to see if he'd accidentally slip up. Mike and him are pretty tight-lipped about that.
What car is that going in? Something that hasn't been done before?
Hundreds of 4-rotors have been built right here, stack after stack on the 6-rotors done. You won't. What's going on, man?
It's got a Skyline rear end in it, like a IRS independent rear subframe.
No shit.
Oh, hang on, that's pretty tricky.
Did you do that all yourself?
Yeah.
Fucking hard out.
I bought it off this guy, rolling body, and it had a Mazda B1600 diff in it. But whoever did it, like, fucked it right up. Like, I'd like cut and welded the axles instead of resplining them. And I just had a go at it, cut it all to bits, and tried to fit it all in. And I cut 200mm out of it and shortened it, and then chucked it back together.
Bro,
it's a bit rough around the edges, but
skids alright. Okay guys, we'll just stop for a break. Where are we, Charlie? Everywhere's green in this country.
This is our like real. This is only like a taster of our native bush, really. But it's good. This is good scenery.
Really looking forward to going to see the PPRE. I had to visit them. There was no way I was going to come to New Zealand and do something like this and not.
In 300 meters, turn left onto Pete Street.
These guys aren't expecting us at all. What a very, very unassuming, for one of the world's most well-known shops for Rotary performance, and it's just school, footy fields. I might put the camera down. I'll just introduce myself again, and then I'll ask if I'm allowed to film. We're looking at the world's first 5-rotor. It's not technically in a car, but this was the first one ever assembled, Gareth, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And also we're in the room where the first 6-rotor was assembled. Was it first, second and third motor that you assembled here?
Yes, so we've done 3 of them.
Hey mate, how you going?
There you go.
yeah, good. Sounds good.
Are you part of the team, are you?
Oh no, I just come to say good day to the boys there.
Oh, okay. This one will run, what we conventionally run. It's just a primary and secondary rail. This one will be dry sump, external dry sump. The 4-rotor here is going over to Indonesia. It's set up like most of our 4-rotor packages with a wet sump. Yeah, just a conventional wraparound intake with high flow rams.
So NA, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you the Benji 6-rotor would go with 3 turbos on that, being the length of the E shaft.
I think it'd go pretty good.
What sort of numbers do you think it'd get? Like
you can get comfortable on it pretty much straight away. Yeah, no, it's just all because it's all just sewing up just too good. You know what I mean? Hey.
I can't believe, because there's so much, speculation around these billet plates, and to see them in a car driven and pushed.
To be honest, there's still, we still haven't done a lot of testing with them, but we certainly haven't had any issues today. There's certainly a lot of little tricks to them when you've got the motors together.
It looks like you've got the cooling set up really well. How you've got 3 different places, to circulate.
Yeah, we've done our own modifications to the plates to make that work, change the water flow through the power delivery on them is mean, this is the first ever run for it. We're on the dyno at 6:30 last night, just giving it a quick check over.
They said it made 800 and something. Was that much timing through it at all, or?
Pretty conservative, to be honest.
We do have one in the works at the moment, so
What's that?
yeah, a turbo 6 rotor.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay. How many turbos and
So
and what sort of fuel would you run?
It'll most likely be 3,
Okay.
2 or 3. Yeah.
Okay. What chassis?
It'll be hard to find a large enough single turbo to run on one. It'll be a station wagon, so yeah.
Okay. Mazda.
Yeah.
Nice. How many liters per minute are we looking at?
I haven't actually run the fuel calculations on it, but it is pretty thirsty. It'd be. Yeah, the first day we had it out, it used a 205 litre drum pretty quickly, so.
The RX4 6 rotor at the back, that was the first 6 rotor on the planet.
Yeah.
I would have flown over here just to see this car. I really would have. So there's nothing unique to this versus the 4 and the 6 rotor.
Not so much. It's just design, crankshaft, balancing, but essentially it runs all the same. Porting and things that we would normally do.
Or David Mezai, I think his surname's pronounced. He's got the other 5 rotor E shaft. Is there anyone else in the world who has that 5 rotor shaft that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. Like we did all the the initial development with Jeff from Precision Engineering.
That's basically being lapped.
You do an incredible job. Yep.
And there's a little bit of back and forth sort of stuff there to get things right and clearancing. And,
How come this isn't billet?
this one's obviously for Mike, and having Mazda sponsorship, that comes into play when running the Mazda parts. So.
Gareth and Pulse Performance, me and him have been working on this 5 rotor project for a long time.
We also run them because we know the reliabilities. We've had quads that have been running for years and years without any major rebuild. We do get the billet plates over. There's still quite a bit of prep work that needs to be done to them and little changes.
And that's something that you're doing in-house here?
Yeah, we just do it ourselves here.
Yeah.
Make them work.
Well, this is going to be NA, I assume?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what sort of horsepower have we seen out of the 4 rotor that Mike's got, the twin turbo one? What does that make?
We were running sort of up around 1200 horsepower with that one. Yeah.
And because I know there's a few 4 rotor twin turbos being developed in Australia at the moment, and they're just about to hit the track, and I would assume that they're going to be methanol. What sort of horsepower do you think we can get out of a 4 rotor? Looking at around 2000.
I think that would be easily achievable, but yeah, it's.
Why would anyone go for a 5 rotor?
The main point is the difference, and the sound that it's going to produce.
A quick gaze at the maybe a dyno room or something.
Yeah.
While we're here.
Probably the least amount of cars that we've had here in a long time.
I was going to say there's not like.
Which is actually quite nice having a bit of room. We've had it so stacked that you just end up piling. So this is the dyno room. We've got engine strip down area stripped down, and then the engines are filed onto different shelves, and
because we're looking.
Then they're prepped and cleaned, and as that happens, all the parts go into the engine room. There's another area of the shop where a lot of servicing or other smaller works carried out. We do heaps of single turbo conversions and work on baddies. So pretty much all these types of builds will run our own manifolds.
What about RX8 REW conversions? Have you done any of those yet at all?
Yeah, we've been doing quite a few of them. Doing our own sort of kit, which incorporates some of the RX8
engine components, and then utilises lower comp rotors and
Okay.
Series 6 side plates.
Thank you so much for your time.
All good.
Cheers, man.
Michael, what could possibly go wrong here?
Mate?
What could possibly go wrong here?
Oh, she's pretty rough.
Fucking hell, that's awesome, bro.
Fucking mean skid, man.
What do you reckon, Charlie? Leave it running or just let it sit? What's the
Some
go
of them
here?
have got electric water pumps and they're actually still running with a certain settings.
Loving NZ.